Yo, 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 yo. I am Ryan Danley from another goddamn horror podcast. And I'm here to give you my review on Halloween Ends. Like those double fingers. Finger guns. Oh boy. Have you heard enough about this movie yet? Are people talking about it enough for you? I don't know. Let's get into it. I'm going to give you, like, right out of the gate, I'm going to tell everybody that I absolutely love this movie. I think it's absolutely fantastic. I think it was great. I think there are a lot of people who are disappointed that this wasn't a giant action Hollywood horror blockbuster like they were expecting. You know, and I get that. I get that. It wasn't what I was expecting either. But once I realized what they were doing, I got, like, super into it. I actually kind of fell in love with it, like, sort of like 20, 30 minutes in, when I realized where it was going on with it. I was all about it. You know, the problem that we had, like, with the series is that they had already done the big fights first. You know, like, the first one was the showdown between Laurie Strode and Michael Myers. All right? Because it had personally affected her and her family. The second one was the town of Haddonfield and Michael Myers because of the hate and the everything that he had put into the town. And talked about the mass hysteria of you know, how things make people crazy and how innocent people can get killed in the process. By the way, there's going to be hella spoilers in this, so if you're not into the spoilers for this, you might want to, like, go watch the movie and then come back and listen to my brilliance, all right? So where do you go with the third one? What do you do with the third one? When you've already had the showdown between the main character in the first one, way over the top. I mean, with a giant trap house and, like, all of this shit and, like, a big fire. And then you have the second one, which turns into, like this mass hysteria thing. He comes out, he kills a ton of, like firefighters and, like, it goes all John Wick style. And then the town chases him down. They kill some innocent person. They do all this stuff. And, like, so where do you go in the third one? Right? The third one was, like, about the internal struggle of Michael and evil and everything that's in us. And I think that was bold, and I think it was great, and I think it actually kind of, like was refreshing. Like, basically, the first two movies are, like, nearly, like, identical in their feeling. Like, you left those movies feeling the same way. This movie did something different. And I'm going to be quite honest with you, as a Gen Xer, like, this is kind of how horror sequels were when I was a kid. The possession trope has been used in every horror movie that I know of. Every, you know, slasher series, think about it. Like, the second Nightmare on Elm Street. Hell, there are, what, two movies without Jason in it? It's somebody else. You know, I mean, the idea that possession, it actually even happened in the Halloween movies. The idea that Michael Myers would jump thing and it would show that the people have the evil in them and that evil is just not contained to one person, everything, is an idea used in slasher tropes, all in all. So, I actually liked it, and I actually liked the story. Once I realized that that's what they were doing, I was, like, completely on board. I think it just took that adjustment, and if you weren't willing to make that adjustment, you didn't have a good time. I'm going to wrap this up really quick because I think it is. I give the movie an 8.5 out of 10, probably 8.5 out of 10 Danzigs. I think it was creative. I think it was cool. I like some of the kills. I love the tongue on the record player making it skip. You could put that in every movie and I'd be fucking stoked. But, you know, like, I think that it's polarizing because people wanted something. But on the other hand, though, like, people hated kills, too. And people hated the first one. I mean, at some point, like, all of these movies are polarizing. It's like, what do you like here? That's what I feel like asking. Like, what do you like? Personally, I say bring it on. I say make more 80s homage movies. I mean, I like that shit. I watch it. It's like eating a big, huge bowl of mashed potatoes. You know. Anyways, start fires, break glass, Go listen to another goddamn horror podcast. We got great people coming up this week. And stay cool. Take care of yourself. We all do this shit together. Now go watch some cool horror or something like that.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jonas from Another Goddamn Horror Podcast, and this is my review of Halloween Ends. I just watched it once, and then I had to watch it a second time to really feel like how I actually felt about the movie. And I'm gonna be honest, the first time I watched it, I kind of liked it. Like, there was parts of it that I dug and that I enjoyed. But then I watched it a second time, and I realized how lazy the movie actually is, and I'm gonna be honest, I fucking hate it. Like, I don't actually like it at all. And I'm not somebody that usually, like, hates a movie. I can kind of, like, meet horror where it's at, and, like, you know, I'm pretty much, like, I like Halloween 3. Like, Halloween 3 is, like, honestly one of my favorite ones in the whole fucking bunch. But this one, I don't know what they did. Like, I don't know if they wrote the ending, because, like, the last 20 minutes, awesome. I love the last 20 minutes. The final confrontation between Laurie and Michael, like, totally one of my favorite things. But I don't know if, like, they wrote that, and then they just went to the writers' meeting, and they were like, so we wrote this awesome ending, and now we have, like, 2 days to write the rest of the movie. So they just made up a bunch of shit for it. I'm gonna, like, kind of point out the stuff that I didn't like, just because, like, I don't want to just shit on the movie and not give you a reason why. They introduced an entirely new character in this movie that's not been a part. We have, 44 years of Halloween to work with, and on the finale, they decide to, like, completely introduce a new person, who, by the way, his name is Corey. And if you're going to do a horror movie and you're going to add somebody in named Corey, it better be Corey Feldman, alright? He's the only one that we give a shit about in horror. That's the only Corey that we need in horror. Like, this dude, Corey Cunningham, nobody gives a fuck about Corey Cunningham. I mean, like, he does sound like a dude that might be terrifying, like, at a college party or something. You know, he might root your drink or something. But, like, you don't need to have this guy in... You don't need to have this guy in a Halloween movie. Not the last one. Like, if he would have been in Halloween Kills, that would have made sense. Like, he could be in there, move it in Halloween Kills, go up to the next one, like, whatever, I get that. But, like, fucking Paul Rudd could have shown up in this one, and it would have been a better situation than having this random dude show up. So I didn't like the fact that they just did that. Like, it didn't make any sense. It had no point. There was no reason to have him in there. And also, like... Michael was in the sewers the whole time. Like, for 4 fucking years. And they showed, like, a human aspect about him. Like, he was rickety, he was beat up. But he was in the sewers for 4 years. No, was he eating rats? Was he killing homeless people? I don't know. I don't know how he survived in a sewer for 4 years. Because, like, they did show that he had this human thing. So, like, there was that weird part of it. And also, like, he wasn't in the movie very much. Like, you have an hour-and-a-half movie, and you got Michael in the movie for 30 minutes. It doesn't make any sense to me. So, I didn't like that aspect. Most of the kills sucked. There was one of them that was really good, and you'll see why. Like, it was really cool. And then, like, as a standalone movie, I could see how this would work. Like, as a standalone movie, it could be, like, a really cool 80s throwback. Like, I'd be into that. And it would have that kind of cool feel to it, you know? But as a franchise ender, like, the one that you're gonna really do to complete the whole franchise after 40-plus years, you're giving us this lazy shit? Like, I can't do it. On the plus side... It looked cool. Like, it was directed really well. It had some cool shots. I will say that Jamie Lee Curtis acted her ass off. She did fantastic. So there's that. That was good. Some of the kills, like I said, some of the kills were good. Most of them were kind of weak. But, like, some of them were cool. One of them was really cool. And the final confrontation between Laurie and Michael was pretty dope. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was cool. It was quick. Like, it could have lasted a little bit longer. It was quick, but it was good. I liked it. It had some closure. There was some finality to it. Like, I was into that. So, unfortunately, out of the trilogy, this final trilogy from 2018 now, this one might be my least favorite because I'm kind of in the minority in the sense that I liked Kills because I read the title and saw that it was Halloween Kills. So I liked that there was a lot of killing happening, which is weird for people to bitch about, but I think for me it goes in a row. I think it goes 2018 was dope. Halloween Kills was cool for what it was. It was connective tissue. I liked it. And then this one kind of shit the bed for me. So for me, not my thing. Definitely still watch it. I mean, for sure. Like, still watch it. You may like it. It was not my thing. But I think the other guys had a different opinion on it. So, you know, you never know. Might be your thing, might not. We'll see. But again, for me, I would give it probably a 5 or a 6 out of 10. But I hope you watch it. I hope you keep supporting it. And I hope you love the shit out of it. So start some fires, break some glass.
Okay, those dudes went to town spoiling it, so I'll spoil it too. First, I loved Halloween Ends. I loved this whole trilogy. To put it in context, Halloween 3 is my favorite. Halloween, the original, I like. I think it's very good for what it is. It's not my favorite horror movie, but I respect it, and I know what it means. I really, really enjoy it. My favorite Michael Myers Halloween movie is Kills, actually, because he just fucking killed everybody and it was awesome. But regardless, this isn't really a review. This is more of in defense of, because I see a lot of hate right now. And this happens every time a franchise movie comes out, something that reminds people of something that they saw when they were younger. These people have long given up on horror, and they jump in whenever they see something they recognize, like Prey for Predator, or Scream, or Texas Chainsaw, or any of the Hellraiser, any of these reboots or anything. They have a lot to say because it reminds they know about it. They haven't been paying attention to horror since, but you know, they've got strong, loud, boring opinions. So this is sort of in defense of the movie against them, because they're boring. But the first thing I want to say is people are very upset about, they're saying that it betrayed the original's vision. And no, it didn't. It can't. You betrayed the original by allowing outside influences to taint your love of something. So you're the betrayer. Stop with that. These sequels are ruining the originals and shit. You are, because of your shitty attitude. The other thing I want to talk about is Corey. People hate Corey. I like Corey. I think he was the only way you could have made this movie. I think we all knew this was the final battle between Michael and Laurie. And this whole series, basically, especially this last trilogy, has been a build-up to that, the final battle. In every final battle, the antagonist, the bad guy, whoever, brings a bigger weapon, an upgrade, a surprise, something that the hero has to overcome, something new. And instead of Deus Ex Machining it into the story, like it's mostly done that way, and then the hero has to figure out at the end, oh, well, how do I beat this thing that just appeared? They spent an entire movie giving Michael's new weapon a backstory, which is fucking cool. And also a perfect way to make this movie, because how the fuck else are you gonna, like, I don't want another hour and a half of build up to this fucking fight. We've had that. Now I want what this new weapon is. Max wanted what this new weapon is, and we got it. And that's why Halloween Ends is actually awesome. And remake everything. None of my